Hello, welcome, welcome. It's LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense, and we are checking in for today's pop-up content creation session, all about digital products and digital self-publishing and strategically creating content for your marketing efforts. So I am excited to jump into our session for today. First thing that I'm going to do is jumping right into our agenda. We are going to talk about some different types of products and marketing mock-ups that you can put together to strategically work on promoting and working on creating some irresistible offers for your audience. So welcome, welcome, number one. Number two, I'm going to share with you a few templates for you to review, and you can find those in the Finish Strong bundle. The Finish Strong bundle has a brand kit in it. It's the mini brand kit, and you can go over to sistersense.com/Finish Strong bundle, FSB, so that you can see all that we're going to talk about today. I want us to talk about how you can work on some end-of-year and New Year offers, too, based on some of the examples that I am going to share with you, and getting proactive when it comes to your promotion. So I'm going to challenge you to think about some of the end-of-year projects that you want to work on based on a few examples, and I'll show you how to set things up. So let's jump in. Picking your projects. I call that the PYP. I'm going to walk through several projects with you, and I have also what I call my L3 methodology, which is light, level up, and next level. So thinking about either light, doing one of these projects, level up 2, next level 3+. Okay, so let's jump into it today. I'm going to show you the mini brand kit, number one. And I'm going to go over to Google Drive. So I've been working on quite a few kits and little bundles. And the brand kit mini bundle has, okay, so the first one on this list is one of my personal favorites, especially when it comes to creating new offers from your best original content, and that is the mini magazine. So first thing that I want to do is open that, number one, and then number two, we'll talk about what this can possibly do for you, okay? So this is the mini mag template. I'm going to click on Use for New Design. And you'll find several things. Number one, let's open this up and go into grid mode. Number one, you'll have several covers to choose from. And number two, you have the ability to create a simple, clean magazine. You have your letter from the editor, which is essentially for me an opportunity to think about like a theme for that particular issue and create a introductory welcome article, number one. And then number two, essentially what you can do is think about the different designs here that are available to put your pages together, okay? Whether it be this side one or having a stock photo at the top. You can have either white and traditional colored pages, or you could have, your own branded color in the background with your articles. This one I often use quite a bit, especially when it comes to highlighting different offers I've put together, and being able, if you create your own brand magazine, to strategically promote your own content within that is just something that you can do as well. Okay, so I'm going to put this together and show you how to work on something that I would say would be anywhere between 20 to 24 pages on the small end, okay? And I'm just going to do a few edits as far as structure and layout, structure and layout when it comes to this one. Now, before I get into this, I want you to think about, do you have articles that you can republish into a magazine style for your audience, number one? Anyone here have a blog, or maybe you have some documents where you have written content, number one? Number two, outside of you working on a magazine where you focus on the majority of that being short form articles that you have produced. I've got articles. Awesome. Hey, Tasha. Welcome, welcome. You can consider having guest contributors, right? Asking several people that you know based on your industry of your area of expertise, if they would like to submit something as well, right? So when I think about this kind of project, yes, you can create an article where the majority, if not all, the content is your own, or you can have contributors, right? You can also think about using excerpts from things that you've written. As far as some of you have books, anyone here is a self-published author, right? That you could literally take contents from your books and put into your own magazine, right? Or you can expand on maybe some things that you've put on social media. So I have what I call the Brand Mag Bootcamp, where I talk about literally using my templates and putting your own branded magazine together. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something where you're like starting from scratch and writing articles from the beginning, but really getting smart and strategic when it comes to repurposing your best content, okay? Now, before I show you just a little bit of structure, layout, design of just kind of taking the template that you see on the screen, excuse me, and making the most of it, like putting something together, I want to show you two things as far as how you can make this work for you from the digital product perspective, okay? I am going to go over to, want to just make sure that the recording is good. I'm going to go over to Chrome real quick. Okay. The first one is an example that I often share because I feel like she does this really well. We're going to go to Oprah Daily. And sign up. Now, I'm not seeing the link that I want to show you. Daily Insider. Okay, here we go. So, outside of traditional print, right, Oprah has her Daily Insider, which gives you access to 1 year of content. And some of the things that you're going to find in here, number one is she's got an archive, right? Access to a 10-year digital archive of O Magazine. And to me, this is a really solid example of a major platform and publication, right, repurposing their content in a really smart way. So I actually signed up last year so I could test it out and just kind of see behind the scenes all the things, right? And so it gives you access to some digital downloads, number one. Oprah and their team, they have virtual access to virtual experiences, number two, right? And as you can see, there's quite a few other things in here. She also sends out physical copies of the magazine. This year in particular, you get a limited time bonus of the Finding Your Purpose journal when you opt in, right? So think about how you could, number one, outside of writing a traditional book, you could instead turn your content into a magazine, right? It may be easier for you to write short form articles versus a traditional style book, number one. And then number two, repurposing that content not only for the purposes of putting it into your own magazine, but creating a subscription-based offer. So her subscription is pretty low cost. It is $35 for the year, right? And it depends upon if you feel like you can realistically distribute that content on a month-by-month basis, if this is an option for you. Now, the main thing here is developing a digital publication where once you create the content, you could save the PDF and then share it with, I think I said PDF, share the PDF of your magazine, but you can also create a print physical version as well. And I tend to recommend and share how to print and put your stuff out there using the MagCloud platform. So if you were to go to sisterself.com/MagCloud, you'd see the platform that I use to upload not just my magazine, but other things as well, that you can sell your issues on and have people print and purchase those physical copies. And we're going to talk about several print projects as well, but I want to start off with the digital magazine repurposing your content example, okay? Before I get into editing that template, because I have quite a few of these that I want to share with you guys tonight, I want to show you one more example. We're going to go to sistersense.com/MMM. This is my goal. I just thought this is my goal for 2024. Hold on one second. I'm just going to check the chat. Hey, Tasha. Hi, Andrea. Welcome, welcome as you guys are coming on in here. This is my goal for 2024. Oh, okay, awesome. So I am going to go to sistersense.com/MMM, which is my Money Makers Monthly. Essentially, it's a digital PDF that I call a toolkit because it concludes some of my original templates and tools that I share with my audience on a month-by-month basis. And this particular page is set up using ConvertKit, and members sign up either every month for $7, quarterly for $17, or annually for $77. And then on the 5th of the month, I distribute the Money Makers Monthly issues, okay? So, again, there are lots of different types of digital products that you can produce. More often than not, people will talk about ebooks or putting together courses and things of that nature. But putting together your own brand magazine is something that I've been doing and teaching for many, many, many years, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is just go back to the template that I was sharing with you, this mini magazine template. And by the way, all the templates that I'm going to share with you today, you can get as a free gift inside of the Finish Strong bundle at sistersense.com/FSB, which again stands for Finish Strong Bundle. This past week, we had the Finish Strong week of webinars, so that's the main meat and potatoes of that particular bundle, but it does include some fast action bonuses, including this one right here, right? especially for those of you who may not have this one. So I am going to do a few things. Number one, I'm going to start off with picking a cover, and again, you've got lots to choose from. I'm going to keep it simple and go with the first design, and then the letter from the editor page. And then there is a page where you can have a simple stock photo and just kind of build out the structure from here. So right here, just taking away all the cover pages, right? This is 12 pages right here as is, right? And so I can say, you know what? This looks like one article, and then here's another article. So that's two articles right there. And then there's a full page where I could do just a photo or maybe a full-page ad. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, a short form article, and then a lead magnet. So we've got roughly 4 articles in here to make it 12 pages. What I am going to do is take this one here and select these 2 pages and do a duplicate. Oops, I think I hit the wrong thing. There we go. And now it is 14 pages. Going to duplicate this one right here. Oh, looks like I am due for a charge, so I'm going to get my charger real quick, but let me just finish up the layout. Is there a 5.5 point 8.5 template of this magazine template? That's a great question. This is 8.5 by 11, so a traditional size. I have not created a template that size, the small version of this. But as you're asking me that, I may want to screenshot and consider making a version of this at that size. Gotcha. Yeah, currently no, it's 8.5 by 11, but creating a smaller version just might be something worth looking into. Okay, food for thought. I am just playing around here so I can add on a few extra pages. Now, what I might even want to do is maybe do 2 of these pages, having 2 promotional offers here. Putting a full page photo in between these 2. And then one, get another article, single article page. So what I like about this is that you can have some pages where you've got a longer article and then other pages where you've got just a one-pager. So those longer ones can fill up to 2 pages versus the one-pager, right? And now it is 20 pages. And then I can do this style here. For another simple small page article. Okay, so I like to first and foremost work on the layout before I start putting the articles in, right? But my process normally is to work on the layout, number one, and then number two, go and find those article pieces that I want to put in here. Usually I'm looking at my social media posts, I'm looking at my blog content, and or I'm looking at some of my ebooks and then pulling out pieces of those ebooks that I can put in article format in the mag, and then be able to say, well, you know what, click here so that you can download this guide if that's something of interest to you, right? So simultaneously using it as content to fill up your magazine, but also as an opportunity to share where you may have an ebook that they can purchase or a lead magnet that they can download without you having to, again, write a whole bunch of original content. Now, anyone here interested in working on their first or next issue of a magazine, number one? And number two, I want you to think about whether you would just simply focus on using your own content or perhaps reach out to some people who you'd like to have featured in your issue, whether you interview them or ask them for an article submission, okay? So that's the first one that I want you to think about today. And like I said, taking it a step further, not only could you sell your digital PDF issues individually, you could print it, number one, or looking at my Moneymakers example or Oprah's Insider Daily, you could potentially turn it into a subscription offer and distribute your magazine on a monthly basis, okay? Especially those of you who, like me, have your own membership community, you could even deliver that as part of your ongoing membership program as one of your features, okay? So that's food for thought, number one. I'm going to go through several product examples with you, but this is the first one, okay? And then, of course, you could come in here and work on dragging and dropping in your article content, as well as inserting in these sections your stock photos and things of that nature, right? Now, one of the things that I will say, friendly reminder, is if you want to keep the magazine clean and organized, I would suggest that you stick to the format, copying the pages and dragging and dropping your content in. If you're going to change the fonts, make sure the fonts are consistent on all your pages. If you're going to add in other pages from other style templates, make sure that, again, your fonts are consistent, your sizing is consistent, so that it doesn't look like you have a whole bunch of random stuff, right? Make sure that if you're going to use other elements, other shapes like circles, that it fills in well and it flows. If it's difficult for you to create new pieces and then it still feels like it flows, stick to the style and the design that you see here, okay? Of course, you can change the colors and all the things, but if you don't feel like you have an eye for layout, don't try to stray too far off of the design so that it can work for you and the ultimate end product that you are looking to produce, okay? So let me go and grab my charger real quick because I am about to lose my battery life, and then I'll be right back. Okay, good stuff. So this is possible project number one, okay? And like I mentioned before, we are going to go through a few of these, okay? Now, I'm going to do a combination of digital products, content creation projects with you, number one, and also number two, marketing projects, okay? So the first was a digital product. Let's do some content creation with the mini mockups templates. I'm going to go and open this one now, default browser. Okay. Use template. Now, many of you either would want to, once you created this particular digital product, to either market that, or perhaps you have other projects that you're working on and you want to be able to market them across your social media platforms. One template in particular, this mock-up template, I want to show you a few examples of things that you can do, okay? Essentially being able to showcase your product, what you've put together, right? So number one, when you are downloading, when you're here and you're downloading your content, you can take that whole magazine and download it as a PDF, right? So then you would go to download and then PDF and save it, right? But you can also go to PNG or JPEG and save the individual pages as images, okay? Now, what I want to do is show you how you can create promotional videos and graphics for your social media content, okay? So we're going to do that now with some mock-up examples. Now, outside of you going on social media and creating a new video or just simply doing a simple text post, let's look at some visuals. So first thing that I'm going to do is go to this first design right here, and I'm going to go and look at some of my uploaded covers, folders, mock-ups, template examples. Okay, so here's an example of my, I can actually just go to uploads because I think I have a new version here as well. So the new version of my Elevate bundle, I could grab that and put that in there. Or if I wanted to take one of my magazine covers, I'm going to just search and see if I have any of those covers in here. I do. I have quite a few. So here's one of my older Sister Sense magazine issues, right? And here are some of the issues of some of my clients. And I can drag and drop easily any of these into this particular frame, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do any text editing, but I will edit the brand. I'm going to put a purple back here, like so, like that, and then change this to purple as well. And then I'm going to duplicate this 3 times. Okay? So I want to be able to showcase 3 magazines. I'm going to showcase mine and this one. Then I'm going to showcase Yondel's Mommy Slays. And then I'm going to do a combination of featured speakers in this one here. So we're going to pretend that I, number one, edited the text, like I said, in the interest of time, because I have quite a few of these I want to show you. I'm not going to edit the text. But I will change the colors, and then I'm going to even look for some audio, okay? So let me go to, I forget where the audio is, videos. Normally I am uploading my own audio content. Let me look in. I don't really use Canva's audio as much as my own, but I'm going to look underneath because my eye's not seeing it for some reason. The videos tab, I'm seeing that. I'm going to go to apps and search for audio. I know it's in here. I just sometimes with Canva, certain things, if you don't use it, you don't see it. Let me click on audio. Okay, there we go. So I went to app and clicked on audio because I couldn't see it in my sidebar here. And you can see that you've got a nice relatively large collection of audios. So I can hold that and drag and drop it in, right? Now, also, like I said, I usually will upload my own audio content and then use that, but you can also use Canva's audio collection. Do you guys use audio, number one? Do you create videos in Canva, number two? Let me know. Just curious. And then outside of that, I can use the animate feature and then use any of these animations that you see here. I think I have a simple animation right now. I'm going to just hit play so you can see what this looks like real quick. Okay, so right now there's no animation because I haven't done anything, right? But if I come back to the beginning, and then when I click on anywhere inside of this particular frame, and then I go to animate, maybe do sleek, corporate. I like bounce. Pop is cool too. Let's try pop because it's a jazzy kind of a background. Oh, now what I didn't do is animate all. I just animated the first one. So let's go back to the first slide. Let's go to pop and apply to all pages at the very bottom. So that should do it. There we go. Now, you'll notice that there are quite a few pages in here. I'm just going to go to download, not all the pages, only the first three, because those are the three that I edited. And it's going to be the MP4 video format, right? So now I have the ability to download. It may take a minute, depending upon how many frames you have, how long they are, what you put in there, but it shouldn't take too long for me to get this as a little video, right? And I can easily upload this video to pretty much anywhere, right? And share it with my audience, right? Upload it to Instagram, upload it to stories on pretty much any platform that has the stories feature. Is everyone here clear about stories? Are a little bit confused? I know sometimes people go, I know that I can create a story, I just don't know the difference. A traditional post, once you upload content, it stays there forever unless you delete it, but stories are only available for 24 hours, right? So you could do a quick story and then showcase your video content, or you can use it as a post, okay? Now, let's take a look at this one here. This is one of my actual favorites because for those of you who, like myself, have books and planners and you want to be able to show people the inside of your content, this is a really solid way to do that, okay? And as we go through these examples, if you have any questions for me, definitely feel free to check in, okay? What I really want to do today is give you a collection of ideas as far as things that you could possibly put together. Let me go back over to projects in my folder. For this one, I'm just going to scroll on down, and these are pages from Moneymakers Monthly, right? So I can easily take the front cover and then grab one of the internal page covers and then do this, right? And then change everything else so that the branding is consistent. Now, you may go, well, where did you get those pages from, right? How did you do that? Where did you get those pages from? Well, let me show you. Let's go back to designs. Back. And let's go to, for example, this magazine design that I was just showing you, developing a mock-up, right? you can come to the download option and download this whole thing as a PDF. And you want to do the best printing, best quality, best for printing PDF, right? Otherwise, you can go to PNG and then download this as a PNG. Now, basically what this is going to do for me is download all 20 pages that I just created, okay? Then what I'm going to do is then upload those pages back into Canva as images, okay? So let me show you that. We're going to go back over to my designs, and we're going to go back into this mock-up set that I was showing to you. We're going to duplicate this one. Duplicate. And then let's go to uploads. Upload from photo library. And then we are going to oh, I think I moved too fast. I did. Download PNG. Think I don't want to do all of them in the interest of time. I'll just do like the first couple of pages as PNGs. Give it a second so I know they definitely downloaded. Okay. Usually when this pops up, I know that they are good to go. Now I can come back in here. Now, let me just kind of out of curiosity, those of you who are here, are you creating short micro videos? And not just ones where you basically actually record yourself on camera, but these are what we would call faceless videos. Like you're literally, you can't see your face, right? But this is definitely another thing that you can do to create quick little videos and upload them. Of course, showcasing your products, okay? So today what I wanted to do, because I asked you guys, I said, okay, I want to do a pop-up. Here are some ideas of what we could talk about. And some of you said, oh, I do want to do digital products. And some of you said, oh, I do want to do content creation. Most of you were like, the evening session versus the morning session. So I went with evening number one. But, of course, 9 o'clock is my bedtime, so I fell asleep. No, seriously, I did. But then also I wanted to do like a combination of showing you digital product ideas, but also content creation ideas for marketing as well, right? So I love this because you can not only create something like your own magazine that I just did or some of the other things that we're going to talk about today, but then you pop it in here. And I think I have the pop animation already up here. Great. So you've got different styles to choose from. Whether you have like a square ebook, I have the square ebook. Quite a few of you have that template, or you have something that's a traditional size 8.5 by 11, or maybe you have a training, right? Like we did the Finish Strong training this week, and you want to be able to put some sort of a slide presentation cover or something like that inside of this one, okay? So we're going to kind of go back and forth from products and promotions. So far we did 2. Let me check in with you to see if you guys have any questions for me. And then, of course, friendly reminder, the templates that I'm showing you are inside the Brand You Mini Kit. And this mini kit is free inside the Finish Strong bundle. So if you've got the bundle, awesome. If not, you can go over to SizzleSense.com/FSB and download your FSB Finish Strong bundle from yours truly. Okay? So the next one here that we are going to take a look at is one of my personal favorites. It's the planner templates. So let's open that. I'm going to check the chat, and then, of course, I also want to see if you guys have any questions for me. I'm going to use this template real quick, and then haven't used audio yet, but plan to. Okay, good. We are going to do the audio podcast and mini podcast, and I'm excited to show you guys how to use the template I've created. I have not used Canva for audio or video. Do Facebook Lives count? um, well, it counts as far as you creating video content, but we want to just talk about little micro videos and things that you could put together using the Canva platform. Okay, it looks like quite a few of you have not utilized these features on Canva, which is always interesting to me because at the end of the day, I always like to give you new projects that kind of stretch you and motivate you to try some different things. Hey, Levon, I would like to do a new magazine. Yes, that would be great. Have to have something that you can add on to your Vibrant Sister Circle community as part of your monthly offerings, right? Some of you, anyone here similar to Levon, have a monthly group that you might be able to put together a digital magazine for. Now, mind you, I was gearing you towards creating something that is like 20 to 24 pages. But to be honest with you, I don't even know if I have one of those issues on this computer, but back in the day, I was creating my Sister Sense newsletter, and that used to be anywhere between 8 to 12 pages. It was digital, but I also printed it out when I had events here in North Carolina. So you could, on the smaller side, do like an 8 to 12 pager newsletter style, or 20 to 24 pages. When I do what I call special editions, that's when they're like 36 to like 44 pages, but I normally don't do that for every issue because, of course, I'm sure you have other things that you want to do, and it may just be too much, right, to do a big issue plus all the other things that you may have on your plate. So let me just do a quick check-in in the chat, and then I'll come back to our next product example, which is the Pretty Easy Planner. Starting in January. Okay, awesome. Now, here's something to keep in mind, okay? I did see someone just say starting in January. One of the things that I wanted us to talk about when it comes to whether it be digital products or your content creation efforts is your end of year versus new year goals. And if you are looking to launch a magazine, a newsletter, or things of that nature in January, you may want to get a jump on creating something in December to have for the launch. And now, for some of you, I mean, I feel like 20 or 12 to 20 pager should be realistic for you to create and put together using the template. But if you don't have the time or the bandwidth to do something of that size, you can start off with a sample size, right? Something that is 4 or 8 or 12 pages on the smaller size, but at least working on something now so that when you release your offer in the beginning of the year, or if you can pre-sell it now at the end of the year and then introduce them to the sample, that's something that you can do, okay? I'm actually going to give you an example that you can download. Let me see if I can find the link real quick, and then we'll come back at it. Let me do a quick stop or pause of the recording. Okay, so I had to look for it, but didn't take me too long. If you were to go to sistersense.com/MFG, here you can download a free issue of the Moneymakers Toolkit. So MFG, right? Money Free Guide, okay? And this is an example of, number one, a sample size of my bigger issues, and number two, being able to create content for marketing as well as products for selling. So there's the main issue that I showed you here. I set this up in ConvertKit, and it is a subscription, right? So you can pay monthly, quarterly, or annually, right? And then it says here, click here to download your free issue, or click here to unlock all issues for free inside of my Sister Sense Circle Mastermind Mentorship and Accountability Community, okay? So here's the deal. Number one, there's a free sample size issue. And number two, one of the incentives of joining my monthly program is that then you don't have to pay for Moneymakers Monthly because you get it for free in the program. Right now, my Sister Sense Circle is currently the grandfathered rate of 47. It's actually going to go up by the end of the week to 97, and then just kind of giving people the opportunity to get in at that reduced rate. Either rate, you get access to Moneymakers Monthly on top of the trainings that I do on a week-by-week, month-by-month basis, right? So there's so many ways to repurpose your content. Some of it you offer for free, and then some of it you have a price point attached to it, right? So if I were to come here and put my name and my email in, like so, like that, I am not a robot, then immediately you're going to see an 8-pager, right? I think the last issue I did, or issue two was 32 pages. This is just an 8-pager sample size, and this is a toolkit. I see it more of as a toolkit than a magazine because everything in here is clickable, right? So that there are there are videos for people to watch, audios, there are templates that you can download, there are articles, and it's interactive, right? So there are different things in here. Now, this is just a short version of it. It's only 8 pages because it's free. It's a sample size, right? But if they do want the regular version, this gives them what I call a TTO. It's a taste tester of the bigger thing. Okay, so I want you to make note of several things here. Right now we're talking about either creating content for marketing purposes, and I'm showing you how to create these little micro mock-up videos in Canva, but you can also think about when you produce your products, whether you're using my templates, you create your own or others, some of that content you can sell, and then some of it you give away to people to give them a sense of what your offering is and see if they want more of that content. So outside of making your offer available to opt into, whether it be a sales page or a sales page is a type of landing page, but the other type of page I just showed you here is we call it a squeeze page because you're squeezing them for their email, right? A squeeze page for a freebie lead magnet, or a sales page where they have to pay to gain access. Both of these pages I created on the ConvertKit platform. What kind of content do you want to create to either sell or market the things that you're trying to sell, right? And then on that same path, using the mock-up template that I just showed you to create some short-form videos, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, under 60 seconds, showcasing some of the inside pages of the products you've put together, okay? So food for thought to think about. Let me know what you're coming up with, number one. And as you're doing that, we're going to go into the next project. This is the Pretty Easy Planner. Unlike the first, and this is 36 pages, so it's a small 30-day planner. Unlike the first project, the magazine project, where you could literally make your own layout, right? This one is pretty much done. The only thing that you need to do with this one, let's take a look, okay? So I'm going to show you, it's 36 pages, okay? And it's basically a 30-day planner. Number one, all the pages for this planner are already done. So people can get this planner and get their day organized, right? Identify their top priorities, their to-do list, and all the things. Now, you could change this from top priorities to something else, to to-do list to something else. Let's say you do a planner for moms, right? And you're like, what are your, your meal plan? What are your, what are you tracking? You're tracking your steps, or I don't know, if you're doing a fitness planner. You could change this, or you could leave it the same. The easiest way to change it on all pages without having to rewrite it on every single page is to go to File, Find, and Replace. So you can literally say, I don't want it to say schedule right here. I want it to say time blocks. And then you find the word schedule. And it shows you that it shows up literally 32 times. And then you can replace that with time blocks and then automatically change it on every page. Where it says plan, maybe you want to change that to meal plan. Where it says tracker, maybe you want to change that to daily steps. So you can customize this, but you don't have to go into changing the structure because it's already been created for you, number one. Number two, this is your copyright disclaimer page, so you can fill it out with your information. The main thing here, to be honest with you, is the cover. It's the cover. Making it pretty, making it pop, making it yours, then saving it as a PDF, and then now you have a product that you can upload to a print-on-demand platform like MagCloud, which I was showing you, or another print-on-demand platform of your choice. This is really great for those of you who are looking to not only create digital products, but tap into digital self-publishing and having your own printed planner created. Now, I have several templates for printable planners where you can literally customize it and make your own unique pages inside. This one is the pretty easy one because honestly, the innards are pretty much done. You could use it as is, or you can customize it to suit your own preference. So let's go back over to Chrome real quick. Let me go to mag.sistasense.com. Oh, what did I do? I need to check them. I was supposed to do that, and I totally forgot. With something is going on with my URL, and I need to find out what is going on with the host. MagCloud. Okay, so I'm going to do that one instead. sistasense.com/MagCloud. Okay, so here, the monthly money planner basically is what I just showed you, my own version of it, right? Let's look at the innards. Let's look at the inside. Okay, now you'll notice what I did here is, as opposed to it saying schedule, I have daily agenda, priority projects, daily goals, money map, and then I have this cute little, oh, you can't see all the pages. You can just see that. But I have like this cute little cache on the sides here. Just a few simple customizations that I've put into this particular 30-day planner for entrepreneurs, right? So you can do simple customizations to the text and or add a few graphics to the sidebar or sides of the page, or customize the front cover, okay? And just make it your own. This is, for me, one of those super easy projects, especially for those of you looking to create a print-on-demand physical product, even going into the new year, right? It's gift-giving season, having a physical product that you can showcase and share with others. I remember when I released one of my first versions of this, the Girl Boss collection, and my sister was like, I need one for every coworker. And she like got some for her coworkers, which was pretty cool. And so, yeah, you know, creating something like for teachers or for nurses. As I'm talking about creating a planner, let me know if you have a particular target group that you would like to create a planner for. As you can see, mine is particular for entrepreneurs. How would you customize it? These are things I want you to think about, but let me know if you have a particular target group that you would create a planner for. Drop that into the chat. And as you guys are doing that, I'm going to go and show you the next template that I have for you. Because as I said before, I'm giving you an overview, and I want to share some ideas of what you can do similar to the other projects. Once you've customized this for yourself, You would save the PDF and then upload it to the platform of your choice. You can use MagCloud. Go to yousistasense.com/MagCloud, create an account, and it's really easy to upload that PDF to MagCloud and then start printing and selling your product on that platform. You can not only order your copies, but you can also create a MagCloud page on which to sell and sign up to MagCloud through me. It's free, okay? Now, I always tell people that when you do your first order of anything you upload, please do not say, yay, I made this new thing, let me upload 50, okay? You want to get what we call a proof, okay? So no more than 5 maximum. I know you want to get a bunch of all of them on the first order, but you may not want to print a bunch and then go, oh, my God, how did I forget that I didn't put this on the back cover or I didn't put this on the inside. So you don't want to get overzealous. Order a few proofs, 1 or 2, and then if you like it, then get an official order, okay? Because trust me, even when you look at it 15 times, 15 ways to Sunday, when you get the physical copy, it's so common to say, oh my gosh, I totally forgot, fill in the blank, right? We did this as one of our projects for my October workshop here in North Carolina, and literally by the end, ladies were printing and ordering at least 2 of their projects that they put together, which was pretty great because we did that over a 3-day period. And even then, right, myself included, got what we got and was like, great, we love it, but let me tweak this, let me tweak that, and then go back and then update the document. So getting a proof always is very, very, very important. It's just a smart thing to do, okay? And then MagCloud is pretty cool because every month they have different promotions where you can get 15 or 20, excuse me, 25% off your printing. And of course, you could then take the same thing and upload it to other print-on-demand platforms that you prefer. But I tend to like to upload and teach people how to upload to MagCloud because it's relatively easy to upload and print and go through their process. Now, what I will say is for MagCloud, the price per page is a lot more than other platforms because the quality is so much better. It's full color, number one. You can't change to black and white or opaque paper or anything. It's full color, and the pages are very thick. So you want to veer on the lower end of no more than 40 pages if you want it to be a cost-effective product. But, of course, if you can print it on other platforms where the price per page is less and you can change the inside pages to black and white, or to a different quality page so that the cost per page is less for you, okay? Also, just a few things that I like to recommend and share for those of you who are maybe going to invest in trying the platform. You've never tried it before, things to be aware of. So Tasha says, women business owners. Great. Hey, Sherry, welcome. We've talked about it on the small business owner recording, record keeping. Gotcha. Yes. I want to add tips or a quote for each day. Gotcha. I do have a different template for that. And if you are, Tasha, you're in the Sister Sense Circle, right? I think you are in the Sister Sense Circle. We did that for Print Your Profits. And in the template hub for this year, so when you log into the Digital Boss Academy and you go to the template hub for this year, you should see the other style template, which I think Levon had asked me for. Let me actually show you what that looks like real quick, and then we'll go back into another example. So let's go back, because it's funny that you mentioned that. That was a request of Levon. Let's go to Pretty Easy Planner. And there are different versions, and I can't tell you which version is which. They all look the same to me. But there is a version. Yeah, this is not it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can show it to you because there are multiple ones of this, and they all are in different sizes. No, this is... You know what I'm going to do? As opposed to me trying to go through all of these and take up way more time than I needed to, let me actually show you Lavon's. So we did planners, notebooks, and journals for Print Your Profits. And the next workshop that I'm doing is in January, if you want to come out and hang out with us. Okay, so Lavon had a beautiful design made, and so she added some introductory pages. Number one, oh, this is slightly different from that planner. This is something else. She did the journal one. But then outside of having the standard line pages, she also had writing prompts as well. So some of them, I can't remember if I did that for the planner now that I'm thinking about it. But some of them have extra pages if you wanted to add prompts. But I'd have to look and see which template that is. Okay. Let me not go too far off track. If you go into the Template Hub and you look for this year's collection of templates in the fourth quarter, you should be able to see the notebook and planner templates in there. I can't remember 100% if the variation templates are in there, but that would be where they would be in the Template Hub, the 2023 collection. Okay. Okay. So let's keep on rocking and rolling here. There are two more that I want to share with you. Okay. I'm going to start with the easiest of them all. The absolute easiest of them all, which is the notebook template. Anyone here have notebooks or want to create them? Anyone here have notebooks or wants to create them? Let me know. This is so stinking easy. It's just lined pages, right? 103 lined pages, okay? And this one in particular is ideal for other platforms other than MagCloud. I say that because MagCloud, again, it's the cost per page. And so for something like this, it's probably better to upload to Amazon or Lulu.com, which is my preferred platform of choice for just simple publications, printing them out, having them for my own brand events or selling them to clients. And with this, because it's really just, it's already done for you. Like the pages are already lined, it's already done. The only thing that you really have to focus on is the cover, right? Which I will say this, it's for some people easier said than done, okay? Some people do not have a design eye, right? I mean, you could keep it simple. I mean, really and truly, you could do like this, just like a clean black, and I love black and gold, just the combination, right? So, I mean, you could change the font and have it say notebook and don't do anything more flashier than that, right? Or you could utilize so many elements in Canva. So I'm going to say African American, right? Now, you could get into AI, which we're not going to. We don't have time to get into AI today. But you can use Canva's templates or you can create your own. Now, this one, why isn't it giving me the choice to choose the color? It's not, but let me see if I change. Yeah, okay. So look at this. That's a nice photo. You could do a white notebook, clean white notebook, and then maybe use this lovely lady, right? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing with it. Or if you wanted to use, excuse me, they've got all of these pretty pretty styled images here. I'd be curious to see what this looks like on that turquoise background. It's cute. Right? I kind of like that. Me likey. If you want to utilize the elements that are in Canva, or get your own custom graphics designed, use AI art, you got some options, okay? But what I wanted to do with this mini template collection is basically offer you the opportunity to quickly create digital products or print-on-demand products, simple projects that, especially those of you who are looking to create offers for the end of the year or going into the new year, that wouldn't be overly overwhelming for you, okay? So let me know if any of these ideas are helpful to you so far. We've talked about you potentially putting together the Knockout Notebook, which is this template right here. We talked about mini mags. We talked about the Pretty Easy Planner, and also the mock-up marketing, where you could create short mock-up video content. We're going to do one more, which is the podcast plan, and then we're going to wrap up for today. But let me know which of these so far are of interest to you. Just drop into the chat any of the names I just mentioned so far. And if you don't have this template collection, you can go over to ucitizensense.com/FSB for Finish Strong Bundle to grab it. Okay? There was something else that I wanted to share with you. It'll come back to me. Okay. So we looked at the Knockout Notebooks. I really like this one, so I'm not even going to do anything with it. I'm just going to leave it because she purred it. But also, look at this. You can change the elements in her wrap. Like, I could change this wrap and use my brand colors in here. Me like it. Okay, I'm going crazy. Let's do this later. Okay, so the last template that I'm going to share with you today is for a little mini podcast. So first, let's go over to my Instagram. And I'm going to show you the podcast in action right here. Creating these amazing low price points or no price point offers and opportunities to get people in the door and coming back for more. Okay, so just going to turn the volume down there, number one, and explain what you see, number two. Sometimes you want to create more micro videos, more TikToks, more Reels, but you don't want to get in front of the camera, number one, and you don't necessarily want to, excuse me, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't want to get in front of the camera, and you don't want to have to do like traditional recording, right? So you can do something like this as opposed to a longer traditional podcast. This is literally a 60-second audio using one of the templates that I have created for you. So let's go back to this one. This is going to be the mini podcast template. It's one of my absolute favorite creations, and I'm excited to see what you guys do with this one, okay? So excuse me, let me go to use template. Okay, now what you're going to see is there are several variations for you to choose from. Let's hit play so I can just walk you through it. You can use this one where you can change out the stock photo in the back. So you can have a stock video or your own video in the back, or you can have, like I had, which was just my purple text, my purple background, and I actually had a video in the front as opposed to the back, okay? So let me show you how I would recreate that very same thing. That background has a video in it. Number one, if you have your own videos, you can use those. So I'm going to go to Uploads. Hopefully I'm still recording. Okay. Whew. Need to breathe. I'm going to go to Uploads, check out my videos. I have a lot of videos in here, right? So I can literally take one of my videos and pop that into the back. Okay? So number one, you can use your own video content if you have it. Let me grab one of my other videos, like this one. Okay. Number two, you can go to, if you don't see videos in your sidebar, you can search for videos this way, okay? And then just go to videos and then search for the videos that you see inside of Canva, which is why having a pro account is so useful. I don't think that when you have a video in the back, though, you can also add one to the front. I could be wrong. But I'm going to keep this one simple. I'm not going to have a video in the back. I'm just going to make the back purple, number one. And then number two, I do have my little video in the front, okay? So I have this little video of me. I'm at my event in North Carolina. This was in October. And it's a cute little video in there, so I'm just going to leave it. Now, the wave is just an animated graphic, okay? It's not going to animate to the sound of your voice. It's just a simple animated graphic. But I just love how it looks because you get to simulate and clearly show to people that there is audio in here. So what I'm going to do is go over to my uploads. I'm going to look for an audio that I've done. I'm going to grab one and drag it in here and then press play. Oh, I forgot that I turned down the volume. That's creating. Okay, so what I'm hearing, these amazing low price. I'm hearing the audio that I have in the back and then also the audio from this video. So let me see this video. Edit video. I forget how you turn off. Okay, here we go. Volume. So I'm going to turn the volume down on this video to 0. Now I should only hear the audio in the back. Price point or no price point offers and opportunities. Yes. So that way, now this doesn't have to be a video, by the way. I could just as easily go to uploads and go to my images and upload like a photo instead. Just drag it and drop it into that little circle. That's me and my mini-me, right? You could do a photo and then have your audio in the back, or you could do a video in the back or in the front. It really is up to you, okay? Now, for this example, I'm going to delete the other pages because I really just want this main page here, and I'm going to stretch it for the duration of the audio, which I believe is like 55 seconds. Okay. Now, I do have this page here where I could also showcase information about me, have it say at SistaSense. So I think I might do that as well and keep that brand page. So let me make this a little bit shorter so all of it fills in the 55 seconds. And then let me change this to purple. Follow more at SistaSense. That's as much as you need to do with this one here. Follow for more. And now I've got a mini podcast episode. I'm going to hit play and then save it as an MP4 video. Okay. Now they're actually called audiograms. Like they're just short audios that are combined with video to make, a quick video content. Those of you who want to do podcasting, you can give them clips of your podcast if you want to repurpose content you already put together, or you can just create short episodes, like short little episodes that 60 seconds long, and you don't have to get in front of the camera, and there you go. Virtual doorbusters. Have you thought about that? Creating these amazing low price points or no price point offers and opportunities to get people in the door and coming back for more. So this one is literally like 40-something seconds long, right? It's not terribly long, but it's easy to do. And then in between, so for example, I'm doing these videos this month, right? So I've got these little videos here that I'm working on as well. And in between me doing talking head videos, which are basically you getting in front of the camera, I also do live streams. So I get on and I go live too. In between live stream videos or uploading pre-recorded videos, I can add these faceless well, you see my face, but it's not necessarily me having to get in front of the camera and record. I can just repurpose things I've done before. Now, what you notice, that little text in the bottom, that's actually a caption, and you can use the caption sticker in Instagram, and literally it will write out the words. Won't be perfect, but I don't really take the time to edit the captions. I just, whatever it puts in there. But you can use captions on the CapCut app. You can use the Captions app, or a lot of these programs have the ability for you to get captions internally. Instagram, they have a caption sticker. On TikTok, they have a captions button. Okay? That's a lot for me to say to you. If any of that seems overwhelming, don't worry about it. I'm just being real. Don't worry about it. We could do it in a different training, but I'm not going to go too crazy today because I wanted to keep today's training in between 30 to 90 minutes. So we're just about to wrap up, and apologies for starting a little bit later than anticipated, but 9 o'clock is my bedtime, so I was knocked out. I was like, why did I decide to do a training at 9 p.m., and I know that my brain stops working at like 7:30. But I do wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, so there's that. Let me see, hit undo because what did I want it to do? Oh, I wanted to put the video back in here, like that. Okay. And so then I could basically save this as a quick little video. I think because I popped it back in there, yeah, I'm going to need to do that volume adjustment again. And then I can hit preview. Virtual doorbusters. Have you thought about that? Creating these amazing low price points or no? I think because I have to save it as a video, it's not showing. Okay, there we go. To get people in the door and coming back for more. I just did a full training on that, which you can find on Facebook. Now, again, as I mentioned before, I could have just used a static photo, either of myself or just a random stock photo. But I like to repurpose videos and put voiceovers on top of that. I think what's pretty cool about that is you don't necessarily have to record new content, but you can use this as an opportunity to repurpose material that you already have, okay? I'm going to check the chat. Let me know if you have any questions or if you're coming up with ideas based on what I'm sharing with you today. That would be even better. But let's go back into our presentation slides. I can answer any questions that you have about the projects that we have been talking about today. Like I said, I wanted to ask you all and get your input, which was pretty awesome, on what you all wanted to learn about today. And based on your interest, I wanted to do kind of a hybrid of talking about publishing digital products, number one, but also content marketing. So you could create mini podcasts, you can create mock-ups of your digital products, the covers or your classes, and create stories or videos or even graphics that you upload onto your social media platforms. And of course, being able to give you a mini kit of some of my bigger branded templates. So the Brand You bundle It's a huge bundle, lots of templates in there, but the mini version, which is to me mini huge, because I feel like I put quite a few templates in that thing for you guys. Again, that's inside of this Finish Strong brand kit. If you got it or you're going to get it, let me know. If you have any final questions before we go, you can share that as well. And then, of course, anything else, email me and or send me a voice message. So the mini mag, yes, the planner and notebook have been very helpful. Okay, good. I definitely want to, again, give you some ideas of what you can do. For those of you who don't necessarily feel like you have the best design eye or the time or tech skills to do these things, I can certainly support you. I do have the print-on-demand services where I can help you put together your notebooks, your planners, your journals, all the things. Some of my clients just say, hey, LaShonda, here's my Word doc with my text. Take it, put it in something, make it pretty. I'm like, okay. I've been doing layouts since I was in high school, so that's kind of my wheelhouse. If you need me to either do it for you or to schedule a private call where we do some of this stuff together, these are some things that I can support you with. Definitely take a look at, number one, this list. And I said to you at the very beginning, you are going to PYP pick your projects, right? Think about your end-of-year goals or your new year goals. Do you want to work on a digital magazine? Do you want to work on print-on-demand products, maybe a notebook, a planner? Do you want to work on strategically creating some content for social media, which is so big? People are always like, LaShonda, I don't know what to post on social media. You can easily do some quick recordings of short audio, especially those of you who go, man, I don't have the time to do full-blown podcasting, or I don't really want to get in front of the camera all the time. Those things, then the mini podcast project to me would be a really solid one for you. Literally, I took about 20, 30 minutes and recorded some 60-minute audios and then uploaded them to my Canva so that I can just drag and drop them into that template you saw and be off to the races. So I want you to be able to have time, I wouldn't say time sensitive, but time friendly projects that you can do when it comes to your marketing and your monetization projects too. Okay. Before we wrap up, let me check the chat one more time and then wrap up with any final thoughts that I want to share with you guys as far as other things that you can do. I may do a few more pop-ups this month. If you have any other topics, let me know. Anything about what we talked about today, and while it's fresh on your mind, that you would like to learn more about in more detail, you can also feel free to drop that into the chat or into the chat or check in with me on the replay side if you say, oh my gosh, LaShonda, this was great, but I would love it if you would talk about ... fill in the blank in more detail. I probably either did a training about it or I could do a training about it. If you're not in the Assistant Circle, I highly recommend you join if you would like to participate in these kinds of trainings. I don't necessarily want you to feel like you have to do every one that I do, but I do quite a few on a week-by-week basis. So being in the community gives you the opportunity to join us live and or on the replays side, especially before the rate goes up. You want to be grandfathered into the reduced rate of the Citizen Circle. You can learn more about that over at citizensense.com/circle. If you're looking for other resources, to me, it's the Elevate Everything bundle. It's everything in there. One of my clients was like, I see that you've got this and this and this going on right now. I want it all. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give it to you in an everything bundle where literally you have the opportunity to get 10 clarity calls with me, a 6-hour VIP day where we work on your 1K or a $500 offer. You get the opportunity to get all the templates and bundles that I've put together in my newest kits. All of it is in the Elevate Everything bundle, which I launched literally today. And you can go over to citizensense.com/elevate for details about that, okay? So quite a few resources. Feel free to screenshot this. The biggest and the most holistic is the Elevate bundle, as well as my Insider Circle program. For those of you who would like 12 months working with me privately, It's a holistic experience where I can essentially work on helping you with your website development, a new design or redesign, helping you put together products. You have clarity calls and strategy sessions with me, the opportunity to come out here in North Carolina and either participate in my in-person events, or if you can't meet the schedule for those, you can just come out and work with me privately. I've had clients come out and work with me for 1 or 2 days all the way up to a week. Just book a hotel and come out and just have that quiet time to intentionally work with me and get support around knocking out their projects. So that's something that you can do as part of my Insider Circle program, in addition to the resources that you see here, okay? Okay, so I see the retreat at a reduced rate. So that, if you're seeing that, it's an exclusive where it's an add-on. So it's in addition to, more than likely, you could tell me what page you're seeing. If it's on, for example, the Everything Bundle page, right? It's in addition to the main offer, getting the opportunity to sign up to the virtual event at a reduced rate. It's not a separate standalone offer. Love this training. It helped me a lot. Awesome. That is great. Good stuff. I'm excited to be able to hang out with quite a few of you guys coming into the January events, coming to hang out with us here in North Carolina. Any questions about that as well, or any of the reduced rate options or promotions that are going on right now, definitely feel free to check in with me to ask questions. Again, some of those are standalone offers, but some of the exclusive discounts, as you'll notice, are not standalone but attached to a primary offer. So being able to add on, for example, the North Carolina event to something that you're purchasing, I think that's maybe something that you're looking at. But again, you can check in if you have any questions. So as always, my dears, I want to say thank you so much for joining me. Any final questions, comments, or thoughts, feel free to add those to the chat. Otherwise, you can email me, sissense@gmail.com, or while you're on this is this.com website, you can click the gray tab on the right to send me a voice message, schedule your one-on-one calls with me, and or get your everything bundle if right now you need everything in your life to go from this year to the new year. Finish strong, start stronger, all the things. Thanks, LaShonda. Great webinar. Thank you, Sandra. Awesome to have you here. Hey, Dr. Fatonia, I have a question. Sure, you can drop it into the chat or unmute yourself. Feel free. Either way, that works for you. And I will be here to answer.
How are you?
Hello. Hey.
So I have a quick question. Do you happen
Sure.
to have either templates or a training for any of your ConvertKit landing pages or your SamCart pages?
I do. So let's see. Okay. So the Pages That Pay series that we did last month was all ConvertKit. And literally every day I talked about either how to create a landing page where people can sign up for stuff or create a sales page where you could sell stuff. I talked about how to create a sales page to sell subscription offers. That whole thing is in the Pages That Pay series. I think you signed up for the Citizen Circle recently, so if you don't see it, that would be a part of the Fresh Start program that's inside of the Citizen Circle. But if you don't see it, just check in. I can send you the link to that, number one. Number two, I did a series that's inside of the Digital Boss Academy called Ready for Revenue. And as part of that, I did a whole training on SamCart, putting together sales pages and or course sections, because you can put together course vipers in there too. So you can either email me if you just want the direct link and or log into the Digital Boss Academy. The Sister Sense Circle, there's an archive for the whole of this year where you can see everything that we did from January to December and just click the link Oh, print your profits. Oh, content to cash flow. You click it and you can watch it. Other than that, you can go through the different courses that you have access to in the library. But again, it is quite a bit. So if you're looking for something specific and you can't just find it, I can give you the direct link.
Got it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Awesome. All right, y'all. So enjoy your day. I'm going to do the Sunday Circle with quite a few of you guys tomorrow. We do that every Sunday at 6 a.m. EST. And, of course, if there are any other upcoming sessions with yours truly, I will make sure to support you guys by sending out those emails, alerts, and updates. If you're not in our Facebook group, friendly reminder to join us over at firestarters.tozense.com. That's also another great space to get answers, share your updates, and stay in the know when it comes to the things that we do here in the Sister Sense Circle. Till next time, take care.